In this video, we'll learn how to calculate 10 log and 20 log equations. 10 log and 20 log we use a lot in our audiovisual design. With 10 log, we will be using that when we compare power, one number against another. And 20 log we're going to use with voltage and sound pressure. Now, how do I remember when to use a 10 log and when to use a 20 log? The easy way to remember it is, if it's power as in wattage, we will use the 10 log equation. And everything else we'll use a 20 log equation. Now, what we want to find out here is what is the result in decibels. And in decibels, we're just comparing one number against another number. So I want to compare one number against another number, and what is the resultant change going to be in decibels? Let's work through this 10 log equation here first. What is the resulting change in decibels? I'm going to compare two numbers here. Now, let's see. Let's do decibels, and it's going to equal 10 times the log of. How do I know what to put in here? The example I'm going to use is we're going to compare a 10 watt amplifier to a 12 watt amplifier. If I go from a 12 watt amplifier to a 10 watt amplifier, less watts, I would expect a reduction in decibels. So I'm expecting a reduction. So I would put the smaller number first. I'm comparing 10 watts against 12 watts. So the smaller number here first, and I'm going to compare that to the 12 watt. I'm going to go from a 12 watt amplifier, and I'm going to use a 10 watt amplifier. A reduction in wattage, I would expect a reduction in decibels. I have a 12, I'm going to go to a 10, I expect a reduction, smaller number first. So we take 10 divided by 12, and this is going to be 0.83. So again, this is 10 times the log of, and this is where we use our scientific calculator again. We're going to take the log of 0.83. And that's simply taking the result that you got a moment ago and hitting the log button on your calculator. What I end up with here is 10 times, this is a negative, minus 0.079. So I had a result here of 0.83, and I'm taking the log of that using the log button on my scientific calculator. What I have here so far is negative 0.079, and now I'm going to multiply that result times 10. And I end up with negative 0.79. So what I have here is the resulting change in decibels. If I go from a 12 watt amplifier to a 10 watt amplifier, I would expect a reduction of 0.79 decibels. You look like you wanted to stop that.